Hi, I just wanted to share some of my findings, I guess, through the beautiful clients that have come through and done the Human Blueprint series, which is a series of 4 sessions, kinesiology sessions that really help you end these cycles or patterns in your life and find the limiting beliefs that are linked to it and repattern them and finding the origin, whether that's part of your soul's journey or whether it's ancestral. And one thing that I have noticed is, well, at least with the clients that have been coming to see me, and I've worked with, I've taken over 20 clients through the whole series, and within that, there's been 3 families, and it's been so beautiful to work with the families and to also see the some of the similarities within the families as well. And what's been really interesting has been seeing that when it's been ancestral, it's pretty much like 90% of the time, I'd say, has been maternal. It's been associated with an ancient grandmother, and this has been on the maternal side and on the paternal side. So when I first started noticing it, it was seemed to be on the maternal side, and then increasingly it's been on the the paternal side. So being on the father's side, and the other thing that has been interesting to see is pretty much the time period. It's been going quite far back in time to between the 1100s to the 1700s. And um, so much of it has seemed to be connected with, I guess, the women that would have been connected to the land, connected to their own intuition, connected to their own inner knowing, and having those beautiful connections stripped away from them, taken away from them, being disconnected through so many different ways, in particular through society, what has happened through um, the, I'll say the witch hunts, there was quite a lot of that seemed to kind of come up quite commonly. And for many, it seemed like these women were really just herbalists, that they just knew which plants to use to heal and would really love being out in nature and that they would just really just want to say, just doing their own thing, just connecting with nature and helping their community. And just slowly but surely, that just got wiped out. And there's been some similar threads where wasn't even just I guess, the powers that be that were coming through and rounding them up, but then it was also um, the way that they were influencing people to pretty much, I guess, dob in your neighbor. Yeah, so it was really coming down to who can I trust? And there was one client in particular, and it was like, it was actually the grandparents, and it seemed like they were this really beautiful couple. It was a really interesting session, um, and it had quite a bit of a fairy tale feel to it. I guess it was just the way the symbology was coming through, but it was about how they were um, trying to look after themselves, trying to protect themselves and stop helping others. But word had got out about how much they were helping, so they would just keep getting people coming to their door, and that constant knock at the door, not knowing if they were going to be able to help these people, wanting to turn them away and struggling to deal with that, and then also not knowing if the next knock at the door was going to be um, some not so kind people. So that was really interesting to see, and I just wanted to touch on some of the limiting beliefs that showed up a lot in that, um, and I guess the themes that they were connected to, which was one must only give, not receive, and caring for others and helping others in danger is dangerous. So really seeing how that would play out in this lifetime for the client, for yourself, maybe really about self-sacrifice and your own self-worth. Then we had it is dangerous to be me, or I cannot express my emotions. So that was really just about fear of being seen, fear of being heard, that survival instinct of staying small, and keeping quiet. So, how has that played out in your life? Life is a constant struggle. That was a big one that showed up quite a lot. And um, what was really interesting also to note was how, I guess, looking at the context of how society has been shaped, and this is through, I guess, different lands, but how there was just this general societal change in the shift from the matriarch to the patriarchy, and from, trusting ourselves to having to, or yeah, just the outward expression of being told that everything that you're seeking is out there, even though it's inside us. And it just, yeah, it was just really all about survival. Just really, yeah, you can't survive on your own. You need us to survive. This is how we're going to tell you how you can survive, and just really playing on those fears. And I guess it's like, how much does that then shape your identity, that you're constantly stuck in the survival mode? So you're constantly expecting life to be hard, because life has always been hard. So it's going to continue to be hard. So how can you let go of that and recreate your identity without that being part of the template? And then the last biggie was, I am unworthy to receive, which obviously is linked to the self-worth, but because this was coming from the ancestral lines, it's really carrying that inherited guilt, that it's in your blood, it weighs you down, and it's suppressed so many of you. So this was less of, your own self feeling like, I guess, more connected part of your soul's journey, where you may have had some things that you may not have been proud of, or think you wish you'd done differently. But whereas this was, yeah, really more to do with, um, and I guess your ancestors could have passed that on with them, but yeah, this was more to do with the guilt of choices that were made, of even wanting more in a life, that back with that survival, that everything being hard, um, that there would be, I guess, different societal conditioning around wanting more. If you're very much with the class system, um, if you're wanting to move up to another level, like, it was really quite strict to keep you where you were at. So, um, yeah, it's just really just blows my mind how what has come up in working with these clients, and really just seeing how the grandmothers were really wanting to be seen, really ready to speak up and to let this all go. And knowing that the clients that come to me, they're the cycle breakers, they're the ones that are doing the work, whether it's through their own self-healing or through going to other practitioners, or yeah, just doing whatever it is that they can to break the cycles. And most often, most are parents, so it's not wanting their children to be carrying that. And yeah, the grandmothers are ready to let go of all of that as well, or they're letting go of that through us as we do this work. We're helping. It's just this beautiful co-creation in the field, and it's all just rising up so it can be explored, understood, listened to, and then the gifts and understanding can come through, and any of the pain and the trauma can leave our fields, so that we are left with just the wisdom of our ancestors and the gifts that they have to give us. Because really feeling like that we've got so much magic in our bones that has been suppressed or laying dormant for so long, and that this is the time to start, you know, tuning into that, connecting into it, and yeah, I guess seeing where it will take you. So, because the ancient grandmothers, I really felt, were connected with the series, I did also feel like pulling a card from the Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle, which she has talked about the ancient grandmothers being part of this deck. And when I heard that, I was like, yes, that's what I've been working with the Human Blueprint series. And so if you want to know more about the blueprint, you'll find details on my website, and you can book a session in with me there as well. It is a series of 4 sessions. You'll find I've got some other videos that explain that. But the card that I pulled was just so perfect, and I feel like it's a real beautiful end to this video, this transmission, which I really hope has allowed some of the surface layers to just move out of your field, maybe bringing something into your attention. Maybe it's helped anchor in something that you have known needs to be addressed and that is ready to be addressed, and that you don't have to be weighed down by it anymore. And so the card is healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. And I just feel like that is such a powerful, simple, and profound message. So just allowing you to receive that, allowing your grandmothers to come through and to let you know what is ready to be cleared through them, through you, honoring your grandmothers, honoring yourself, for without them, you wouldn't be here, and without you, they wouldn't be able to clear this as well. And with that, I will leave you. I will hopefully be sharing some more videos about the Human Blueprint series as I try to make my way through the data and trying to understand, do I need to see this logically or connecting into my intuition or finding a blend of the both. So yeah, so if you're not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way you'll be notified when the next video drops. Bye for now.